A huge mood to the herd, and welcome to episode 20 of our Omnifactory playthrough. As you join me, it's raining yet again. And that's one thing I've noticed about this pack. It seems to rain an awful lot. I don't know if it's coincidence or by design, but I can guarantee the weather's like the UK, lots of rain. So I have massive amounts of fun between episodes, especially with our automated crafting. I went a bit crazy and started automating lots and lots and lots of things. But even then, these automations here is just scratching the surface of what we can do. However, I did realise that I don't actually have the capacity to automate all of the things, and that's one thing we're going to have to start thinking about, is investing in more machines, getting more expansion capacity. Because at the moment I've got some recipes here, I've got some recipes here which I couldn't fit into this horribly looking kludged molecular assembler, so I'm going to have to set up a dedicated crafting area. I've added some co-processors to my crafting storage, and you'll notice that's now a 16K crafting storage. Some of the recipes I was doing was pushing beyond the 4K I had. So I've made some 16K storage up. I also made a 16K disk, which we're not currently using, and I'm going to have to spend some time, I think, getting all the disks in order, because we've got a mixture of fluid disks and item disks, and we should really separate those out so we've got the expansion there. We've also got second crafting storage with co-processors, again just so I've got multiple capacity to build stuff. I automated the advanced describers, so basically underneath each one of these is an ME interface with patterns in. So these ones will take care of the silicon, the calculation, logic and engineering, and this one puts it all together. The output pipes, the item conduits, suck it all up into this interface here. So once that's done, it just pulls it all out. I had a bit of time playing around with that, trying to get it to work, and that works okay for me. I'm sure there's more efficient methods out there, but this is what we've got for the time being. What else did I do? There was a load of other stuff that I got done as well. Predominantly downstairs, because the theme of today's episode, and one thing I realised from the last episode, was we're going to need to start having things passively crafted. Because, as an example in that last episode, I needed vibrant alloy, and I had to go off, craft some vibrant alloy up, and then come back and do that. And I should have that just available. So I made some changes downstairs. There are now a few more blast furnaces. Yes, I've increased them to 5. And the plan for today will be to get these set up such that they're passively crafting the items I want. And that can then just be going into my system. So the plan for this blast furnace, which was our general purpose blast furnace, is going to be producing annealed copper. Because we're going to need that for future stuff. Then this one will probably be aluminium, stainless steel, once I figure out how to get a sustainable way of doing that one. I'm still scratching my head on that. Energetic alloy, I think, will be this one, and vibrant alloy in this one. You notice over here, these two smaller looking things, well, these are multi-smelters. These are fantastic. So our little diamond furnace upstairs has been doing a great job. We've been feeding it with sugarcane, and it's been just sitting there merrily away, smelting stuff down for us. But its time has come. The great thing about the multi-smelter is that at its most basic form, which is this one with the copper nickel coil blocks, it can do 16 items at a time in about the same time it takes for the diamond furnace to do one. That is going to be absolutely fantastic for us. And I've got 2 of them, because one of the things I want to do is overcome this bottleneck here. So as you can see, I've got an electric furnace and it's doing 1 piece of glass at a time, and that means that my polymer is not backing up as much as I want. We're going to need to expand the deep mob learning stuff, and because we're going to need more resources from it. So we're going to put more load on it. So I'm going to need to ensure that I increase this. So let's get started, I think. Right, the first thing I'm going to automate is the energetic alloy. And to do that, I'm just going to take a ME interface, and I've got a conveyor, and what we'll do is we'll pop, excuse me, just to pop this on the mixer, because what I want, I need to go and grab some glowstone and some redstone. Rain's certainly coming down. It's quite soothing actually, listening to rainfall, even if it is artificial. I want to pop redstone, that's glowstone, and redstone. And we want them to come into the basic mixer. Now, the challenge is going to be, will this push it out? I'm going to try something, because last time when I tried this it didn't work. So if I move the output cover there, grab my screwdriver, set that to input from output side. These work when there's a recipe in them and it pushes it in, but when you've just got it auto supplying, it doesn't seem to actually do it. So see, that's not actually pushing the stuff into it. So I'm going to pop my conveyor module in. If I set that to import, that's putting the glowstone and the redstone in, and it's making it in, but it's not exporting it. If I put that to export, yeah, so that's a bit disappointing, but never mind. We have ways of getting around this. It does mean I need to turn that into a full block. Right, so let's do that. Take my squished one, turn it into a full block. And then we'll have our glowstone and redstone. Okay, so that's imported it because it's got the conveyor there. So what I'll do is I'll take some item conduit, pop that to there and there. We'll say insert, extract always. I want to change the colour of it. Let's put it back to green. Always active. Now that should do absolutely nothing. Why is that not working? Extract always active. Oh, it is. It's just taking time. I'm obviously not being patient enough. So yeah, I do have a full size ME interface here, but it does the job. Now that is making my energetic blend, which is perfect for us. Does make what I'm about to do next a little bit messier. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. So I'm going to put a machine cover on. Just got to think about this. Let's tell you what, let's move our fluid extractor until I can get a better idea of... Just check my feet, I'm not dragging anything around. Pop you here. So what I'm going to do is put a machine cover on. I can configure this. The machine controllers basically allow you to switch machines on and off using redstone signal. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my cable. And then we'll take a ME level emitter. I'll pop that here. So that's touching that. This looks pretty hideous. If I can find a nicer way of doing it, I will get that sorted. If I click my ME level emitter and I want to say, let's go grab some energetic stuff first. Grab one of those. I think initially we'll start off low and then work our way up. So if this is greater than 256, that's 4 stacks, I want you to emit when levels are above or equal to limit. Okay, so at the moment there's nothing there, and what should happen, control the machine, fine. Could control the top cover, I guess. That stops it importing. That means that stuff won't be sitting in there. We'll leave it as it is for now. So once we hit 256 and the rain stopped, yay. So we check our energetic, we are 203, so we're not far off of 256. What should happen is we're producing this at a rapid rate of knots. Is it fast enough? That's the question. This does look ugly. I'm going to have to think about how to make these look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But by the time we go over and check and be back again, that signal should be on. Yep, 253. So pop, pop, and there, redstone signal's on, and now the machine is disabled. Which is exactly what we wanted to do. The machine's disabled, the animation's still playing, that's funny. So it does mean that I've got like 4 stacks of stuff still in here. I wonder if we should just stop the import. That might be a better option. Let's change the cover setting to control cover top, because that will limit any more stuff coming in, process through what we've got, and that means we won't have a backlog of stuff. That's probably for the best. It does mean we'll have a lot more. Just verify that is stopping anything coming in, and it is. Cool. So that means I'll have around about 4 stacks of energetic alloy done, energetic dust blend. Get the name right. Cool. So that will finish off its backlog, and we now have a stock of energetic blend we can use. So let's go down to our blast furnace. So the first one I'm going to tackle is this one, which is going to be for our annealed copper. And we're going to need a fluid interface first. We'll just put a block one, I think, in just here. And this will be providing oxygen. So once I go up and get a bucket of oxygen, it does feel weird to me. And what I'll do is I'll take a, I'm looking at them, there they are. I don't want to shrink that. I'm going to put an ME interface here. That'll be my input bus, that's my output bus. So from here, I want some item conduits to go there. There. Yeah, so you're going to be extracting from there and inserting into there. So extract, always active. Insert, but don't extract. So tuck it out from there, pop it into this one here. And what I will need to do is probably take my pickaxe and trim away some stone. so that we can connect in the interface. Stepping down to the covered cable. And if I then connect these two in, I wonder if I'll be able to pop the emitter in. About to find out. So, ME level emitter. Will this work? Yes, great. The ME level emitter there. We'll take our cover. We'll pop you here. So this machine is now disabled because the setting at the moment is if nothing is above, or if everything is above 0, then disable the work in the machine, which is good. So that's connected, that's connected, that's connected in there. So all I need to do now is to get some copper and a bucket of oxygen. Right, so one piece of copper and find a bucket. I do need to consolidate this inventory because it's getting a bit messy. Move my trusty calculator out of the way. And that's oxygen, so we'll grab a bucket of oxygen. And in here we'll say, keep a nice supply of oxygen going. I'll probably need a pump, I guess. Yeah. Look, I happen to have a handy pump. And that can go in there. We'll change that to import. And that should just bring oxygen in. What I will need is a conveyor. MV conveyor. So one of the patterns I added in was the MV assembly machine. So as a result, I have conveyors, motors, and robot arms aplenty. So I'll pop that in there. Right, you are going to be importing copper. Now the working's paused, so as long as I change that to import as well, should start seeing copper going in here. And the last thing to check, to do, is I actually need some annealed copper, so I should have brought that along with me. Let's go quickly grab that. Take a piece of that. Again, I'm keeping the numbers pretty low to start off with, just while we experiment with all this. So, annealed copper ingot. Once that is above or equal to 4 stacks, I want you to switch the machine off. So I should switch that off, and I'll just check the cover settings. Is there anything I can do on this? No, just control the machine is all I've got. It does mean that I'm going to have like 4 stacks of copper in there. Copper's not the end of the world because I've got plenty of it. So that will go through, process up the copper. And we should make sure that there's nothing in the output bus because that means it's going into here. And I had like 6 copper sitting, annealed copper sitting in there already. So theoretically, yeah, that's already gone up. The only thing I want to do I have any drawer space left? I need to make some more compacting drawers. I've been adding stuff in there, but we're going to need to add some more in. So we'll put some annealed copper in there, and hopefully any future stuff should then go straight into my compacting drawers. So that's that one done. We'll do the same on this one. Clear out the floor. This one's going to be my energetic blend. You can see I've run ME conduit and energy cabling around. what I've decided to do, rather than run the 16x cables like I did originally on this one, I've just made some CEFs. So each of these machines has a 4x CEF pointing directly at it. It means that it should be a little bit cheaper once than making the 16x cables, and it's just a case of replacing them with the HV equivalents and so forth. So let's give ourselves some room to work with. Okay, so I want to take an interface. I only need the one interface because this one doesn't have a fluid input. Pop that here. I made a bit of a mistake. I've used the MV input buses because I had a load of MV machine holes. But of course, they're bigger, so I'm going to have to think about how I deal with this. It shouldn't be too much of an issue because we really want to turn all the energetic blend into energetic alloy. It might be a bit of an issue when it comes to the vibrant because that's going to be obviously ender pearls. So I'll have to think about getting something in, maybe limited item filters on ender IO conduits or something. But meanwhile, let's just get this one set up. Get you in there. You here, and we'll put our level emitter in. Will this work? Nope, because I'm clicking the wrong thing. Right, so that's not connected to anything yet because I need to take a piece of conduit there. Oh, yeah, let's take that out. Where's our item conduit? So you there, extract, always active, insert. Okay, so that should take anything out there, put it into there. I'm going to need to get a conveyor. Yeah, let's go grab that now. In fact, let's go craft one if that's still working. We'll put the recipe in. It is. So pop. You can see our crafting setup at work. This automated production stuff makes life so much easier when you're getting the base set up, because it's less toing and froing and toing and froing. So we're just waiting for the copper cables craft. This is one of the problems I've had, is if I go to my assembly machine, I've got the rubber, but I've been swapping chips out because I don't have enough machines. So put that in there. So again, one of the things I need to do is expand and make sure we've got dedicated machines for these things, so that when you click on a craft, you know it's going to the right places. Okay, what I am going to do is I'm going to order another one, so I'll need that for the next piece of work we're doing. So if I just grab this, I don't know why it does that. If I move forward too much, it sends me up a level. Right, so pop our conveyor in, set you to import, and then drop our piece of energetic blend in, and I've got the gold that I need. Again, we've got plenty of gold, so I'm not too worried about gold blocks. Looks like I'm going to have to put another energy cell in. Don't think this one's cutting it. There. So that should be taking gold and such like. Work is disabled because I need to now check. I need an energetic alloy. Wow, so much extra walking because I'm not thinking ahead. Thankfully for lifts. I actually need to wait for an energetic alloy to be made. So let me temporarily disable this guy. What we'll do is we'll invert the signal. And once that's finished, we'll be able to add that in and we'll be done. And the final thing I want to get done is to hook up our multi-smelter, which is why I wanted the second conveyor. Okay, done. So I can now switch that back over. So energetic. There's my ingot. We'll pop that back in, pop that back in, pop that in, pop that in, and that one as well. And we'll grab our conveyor while we're up here. And tell our filter that, again, 4 stacks. I want you to switch on. Okay, and that should let it, just check if that is the case. Perfect. So that's off, and that will flip over. So the last one I'm going to set up is this one here. So I'm going to take out this electric furnace because you failed miserably. I'm sorry, it's true. I've run item conduit all the way over to here. So what I want to do is I want to put a piece of item conduit here, and I want you to extract on, not green, we'll give you yellow. And over here, get this right, I want a piece of item conduit there, which should be where the output hatch is, and here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is what I want. I want you to insert on yellow. And now I should see sand going in there, and it's just running away. The last thing I need to do is to say I want you to extract on, let's do light blue. Always active. So that should take the glass. And we'll take our final piece of item conduit, connect that up, and I want you to insert on light blue. And what we should see is glass, glass is now shooting in there, and significantly faster than that single device there. So I should find that I've got a nice supply of glass coming in. My electrolyzer should just carry on, which should then speed up the whole process. And you can see I've got nether quartz going in there quite nicely. And we've got another bottleneck here, but at the moment it seems to be, it seems to be working okay. Because it's heating the clathrates, and they're coming in at a steady rate. So that's pretty large amount of stuff done. I will get my aluminium and stainless steel set up and the vibrant alloy as well. We've got a multi-smelter available to use for just day-to-day smelting of anything, and we'll try and look to automate that. We've got our annealed copper being made up, which is going to be handy for later stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what we've achieved today. Next episode, I think what we need to do is focus on deep mob learning once more, because what we've got up here is some items being produced. So for instance, I'm using sugar at the moment for, that's not sugar. Which one of these is the witch? This one. I'm using sugar for oxygen, but I also want redstone and glowstone being produced. So we're going to need to start getting a better distribution of goods. So we're going to need to start taking our pristine matter, and instead of it going to one machine, I want it to go into multiple machines, but that's going to need me to do some re-engineering of our deep mod learning. We also can add additional simulation chambers and loop fabricators in, and the setup allows me to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you join me for the next one. If you did enjoy this episode, then please feel free to give it a like. If you'd like to see more of these episodes, then please feel free to subscribe. Until then, I hope you have a very pleasant day. Goodbye.